Welcome back to your morning on Spectrum News 1. A huge story in media as Disney and ABC have indefinitely suspended Jimmy Kimmel live after receiving strong backlash over the host's recent monologue about the murder of Charlie Kirk. And the suspension of Kimmel and the show is seeing divided reaction along political lines, with the president celebrating the move, while many are calling it a violation of free speech that is being heavily influenced by future business deals. Joining us now is Michael Schneider, executive TV editor for Variety. Michael, good morning to you. Thank you for taking some time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, you wrote on Variety.com about this, but first I want to begin. Let's start with listening to exactly what Jimmy Kimmel said. Let's have a listen.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
That's from his monologue there from Monday. Michael, you said in your article that if Jimmy Kimmel Live is over, then it's going to be over the most inconsequential, meaningless tidbit of a monologue item. Tell us a bit more about your initial reaction when you heard the news.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what he said. There wasn't much there. And honestly, it's been completely twisted out of hand by right-wing media and also by forces inside this administration that is looking for pounds of flesh. And this has been the continuing weaponization of the FCC, of plenty of other governmental agencies, where this administration is looking to attack its opponents and silence its opponents. And it had another successful day yesterday.
Let me kind of go to the business end a little bit here. You know, Kimmel's suspension first started with Nexstar, which owns many ABC stations across the country, pulling the show over those comments. And many upset with the move are pointing out that Nexstar is trying to merge with Tegna, which needs approval from the FCC. Can you expand on that a little bit more for us? We've seen some of these companies over the last handful of months in these merger deals trying to maybe have better dealings with the FCC.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it with Paramount and Skydance looking to acquire Paramount, and they paid the FCC over a really questionable lawsuit that the Trump administration had taken against 60 Minutes and CBS. We've seen this time and time again that this government is looking for a little bit of quid pro quo when it comes to these business dealings, and these corporations are more than happy to provide that quid pro quo. And in the case of Nexstar, yeah, they've got a $6.2 billion deal that they're hoping to clear with the FCC and acquiring Tegna. And this is another example of them currying favor with the FCC and this government. And you've seen it with most of these agencies and most of these companies.
Michael, the president was very happy by the move, saying it was great news for America, and obviously talking about the ratings, as he often does, being low. And now how he wants NBC to get rid of Jimmy Fallon, also Seth Meyers from their late night lineups. Do we see those shows in danger now that two shows have been cut in the last few months? Also talking about Stephen Colbert. And this is a slippery slope where you kind of can have the president calling out shows, and then, it could be something that happens because of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all getting tired of saying these are unprecedented times, and it's very unpresidential-like and very much a chilling effect of this administration that they're going after anyone who has any sort of opinion that may differ from this government. And not only that, they're silencing public media. They're silencing any sort of public discourse, and that's very chilling and very concerning for those of us in the media, for anyone who covers the media or anyone who is simply a reporter trying to expose the truth about anything in this environment. Again, just very, very chilling.
I brought up Stephen Colbert. This summer, CBS announced it would cancel The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, citing the expenses of having a late night host with dozens of staff members. Is this really a cost thing? Is this really a business thing? Or, as you've been mentioning, is this a free speech thing? Where do you align?
I think it's all of the above. I think the optics obviously were not great, that CBS announced that it was ending the run of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert right as it was trying to get approval for that merger that I mentioned between Skydance and Paramount. There are, of course, issues with late night. Late night is getting expensive. Viewership is moving to online and away from linear television, but nonetheless, there are still ways to make these shows make money. All of these hosts do deals. They do product endorsements. They're very much the face of their networks. And so there's a lot of value to what they do, including the fact that these clips still do so well on the internet.
Michael, I'll get you out here on this one here. Do you believe that we'll see more media companies responding to pressure from the White House in the future?
Yeah, I think we've seen that there isn't really much of a backbone when it comes to what these companies are doing once they're getting any sort of pressure from this administration, because they all have deals in progress or future deals that they want to make that require governmental approval. And as we've seen, there isn't much in terms of courage from these companies that if the government wants something, they're going to give it to them.
All right, Michael Schneider, will end it there. Thank you so much, Executive TV Editor at Variety. Appreciate your time as always. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks.